Perhaps you have felt it. Your belt notch moved out one more hole, mornings feel heavier, and your blood work hints at rising sugar and cholesterol. There is no dramatic collapse, only a quiet alarm ringing inside your body. This video is a gentle journey into that silent crisis we call metabolic syndrome, and how a calm, science-based metabolism reset can help you step back from the edge. Please remember, any real-life changes should be discussed with your own physician. When people think of metabolism, they picture calories and fat. Yet the quiet hero of metabolic health is your liver, working day and night to filter blood, balance sugar, and manage fats. In Alan Christianson's Metabolism Reset Diet, the liver is like the command center of a busy city. When traffic jams clog its streets, the entire town slows. Blood sugar rises, waistlines grow, and energy fades. Our story begins by turning a kind, respectful light on this overworked organ. Metabolic syndrome is not a single disease, but a cluster of warning lights. Bigger waist, higher blood pressure, elevated fasting sugar, abnormal cholesterol, and triglycerides. Alone, each seems small. Together, they quietly raise the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and fatty liver. Think of it as your body's dashboard flashing multiple signals at once. This story does not blame you. It offers understanding and a path to gentle repair. Always seek individualized medical advice from your doctor. If you have tried to eat less and move more, only to watch the scale barely budge, you are not broken. Traditional diets often ignore the liver. When this organ is overloaded with stored fat and toxins, it resists burning fat efficiently, like a clogged filter. Pushing harder with harsh restriction can backfire, increasing stress hormones and cravings. The metabolism reset approach shifts the question from, how do I punish my body, to, how can I help my liver feel safe enough to let go? In Christianson's work, the metabolism reset is not a crash diet, but a focused 28-day period devoted to supporting liver repair. Imagine it as sending your liver on a quiet retreat where it can finally clear its desk, file old paperwork, and reorganize the office. Over 4 weeks, specific foods, rhythms, and rest signals gently tell your metabolism, you are safe. You can release the excess. Before you consider such a plan, please review it with your personal healthcare provider. Picture an ordinary weekday. You wake hurried, skip breakfast, rush into traffic, coffee replaces a calm meal, and stress keeps insulin and cortisol humming in the background. Lunch is quick and refined. White flour, sugary sauces. Evening brings exhaustion and late-night snacks in front of a glowing screen. This is not failure, it is modern life. Yet this pattern forces the liver to constantly store sugar as fat, gradually weaving the fabric of metabolic syndrome. To understand the reset, we must gently meet insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from your blood into cells. In metabolic syndrome, cells grow less responsive, like coworkers ignoring repeated emails. The pancreas sends more insulin, the liver stores more fat, and blood sugar creeps upward. This state, called insulin resistance, lies at the heart of belly fat and fatigue. The goal is not to eliminate insulin, but to rebuild your body's ability to hear its message. Your liver can store sugar in a safe, compact form called glycogen, like neatly stacked boxes in a warehouse. But when the shelves are full from constant snacking and refined carbs, incoming sugar has nowhere to go. The liver then turns it into fat and tucks it between liver cells. Over time, this can lead to fatty liver, a common partner of metabolic syndrome. The reset diet's quiet power lies in making room on those shelves again, so the warehouse can breathe. Christianson describes subtle signs of an overburdened liver that many people with metabolic syndrome recognize: afternoon crashes, stubborn belly fat, elevated triglycerides, and feeling puffy or inflamed. Lab tests may show fatty liver or slightly abnormal liver enzymes long before pain appears. The body whispers before it screams. Our goal is to listen to those whispers with compassion, not fear. For any concerning symptoms or test results, please consult your physician promptly. Beyond numbers, metabolic syndrome carries emotional weight: shame when clothes no longer fit, worry about future illness, frustration at conflicting advice. Many sufferers feel blamed, as if willpower alone could fix years of hormonal and liver strain. Christensen's reset invites a different story. You are not lazy. You are living in a body trying its best with overloaded systems. This shift from self-criticism to self-partnership is as healing as any meal plan. The Metabolism Reset Diet unfolds over 4 weeks, each with a distinct role. Week 1 calms and prepares the liver. Weeks 2 and 3 deepen repair, encouraging your body to use stored liver fat. Week 4 focuses on transitioning back to a sustainable routine. Instead of endless restriction, the plan is time-limited, like a structured retreat. Knowing there is a clear beginning and end can bring relief and motivation. Always adapt timing and intensity with your healthcare team. In week 1, the aim is not dramatic weight loss, but creating a sense of safety inside your body. That means steady meals, less sugar, fewer processed foods, and plenty of water. Like a frazzled worker finally getting a predictable schedule, the liver relaxes when it knows when fuel is coming and what kind. Christianson emphasizes real, whole foods rather than quick fixes. Before starting any structured diet, it is wise to ask your doctor whether it is appropriate for you. One pillar of the reset is adequate, not excessive, protein. Protein slows digestion, steadies blood sugar, and provides building blocks for liver repair. Think of it as an anchor that keeps your energy boat from drifting between sugar highs and crashes. Sources in the plan include lean meats, plant proteins, and carefully chosen shakes. Exact amounts vary by individual needs and medical conditions, so it is important to personalize protein intake with professional guidance. Christianson highlights fiber as another quiet hero. Soluble fiber from beans, vegetables, and low-sugar fruits acts like a soft broom, helping bind cholesterol and metabolic waste for removal. It slows sugar absorption, easing the burden on insulin and the liver. In the reset, meals and shakes are designed to be rich in fiber, not from powders alone, but from real plants. If you are not used to high fiber, gradual increase in medical guidance can help prevent discomfort. Not all sugars burden the liver equally. Large doses of fructose, often from sweetened drinks, desserts, and certain syrups, are processed almost entirely by the liver, where they can more easily become fat. Christianson explains that for someone with metabolic syndrome, liquid sugars are like dumping heavy boxes directly at the liver's door. The reset minimizes these sources, favoring whole fruits in modest amounts, where fiber slows the impact. Your doctor or dietitian can help tailor limits safely. Fat is not the enemy. The type and timing matter. During the metabolism reset, healthy fats from sources like avocado, nuts, seeds, and olive oil provide satiety and support cell membranes without overloading the liver. They are like high-quality building materials compared to the unstable construction of trans fats and deep-fried oils. Christianson suggests measured portions rather than fear or excess. If you have gallbladder or fat absorption issues, always discuss fat changes with your physician. How often you eat can matter as much as what you eat. Constant grazing keeps insulin elevated and denies the liver a chance to use stored fuel. Christianson's reset favors clear meal times with minimal snacking, allowing gentle fasting windows overnight. It is less about strict clock rules and more about giving the liver breathing space between fuel deliveries. Those with diabetes or medications influencing blood sugar must only adjust meal timing under medical supervision. In many plans, breakfast is optional. In the Metabolism Reset, a steady, liver-friendly morning meal or protein-rich shake sets the day's tone. Instead of pastries and juice that flood the system, Christianson suggests blends of protein, fiber, and phytonutrients. Imagine trading a sugar rush for a calm, sustaining flame that burns evenly until lunch. Specific recipes vary, and those with allergies, kidney issues, or special needs should have a clinician review any shake or supplement choices. Midday and evening meals in the reset are built like gentle medicines. Half the plate non-starchy vegetables, a palm-sized portion of protein, and small amounts of healthy fats, with carefully chosen starches as needed. This pattern stabilizes glucose, reduces inflammation, and gives the liver nutrients to process stored fat. Christianson encourages variety within this structure, so meals stay satisfying. If you have specific medical diets, coordinate these plate changes with your health professional. By the second and third weeks, consistent habits whisper a new message to your liver. It is safe to use what has been stored. With lower sugar load, higher fiber, and balanced protein, your body gently shifts from constant storage to selectively burning liver fat. Many people with metabolic syndrome first notice clearer thinking and lighter digestion rather than dramatic weight change. Lab improvements, such as triglyceride drops, can follow. All monitoring and medication adjustments should involve your doctor. During the reset, something surprising often happens. Taste buds begin to change. Foods that once seemed bland, like cucumbers or lightly sautéed greens, start to taste sweeter and more satisfying. Christianson describes this as the brain recalibrating after stepping away from intense sugar and processed flavors. Cravings may spike in the early days, but they often ease as your inner chemistry shifts. For emotional or binge eating patterns, professional counseling can be a valuable companion to dietary change. While you sleep, your liver runs a delicate night shift, processing hormones, balancing blood sugar, and clearing byproducts. Chronic short sleep, common in people with metabolic syndrome, disrupts this rhythm, raising cortisol and insulin resistance. Christianson emphasizes that a true metabolism reset includes earlier bedtimes, darker rooms, and screen-free wind-down routines. Think of each hour before midnight as double pay for your liver staff. If you struggle with insomnia or sleep apnea, seek medical evaluation. Stress is chemistry, not just emotion. Cortisol, the main stress hormone, prepares you for emergencies by raising blood sugar and altering fat storage, especially around the waist. In a life of chronic deadlines, your body never hears, "all clear." Christianson notes that for many with metabolic syndrome, unmanaged stress is like driving with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. Relaxation practices, breathing, gentle walks, mindfulness, become part of the metabolic reset, not optional extras. For an overtaxed liver and inflamed body, extreme exercise can feel like shouting at a tired worker. Christianson recommends gentle, regular movement, walking, light strength training, stretching, rather than all-or-nothing punishment workouts. Movement helps muscles soak up glucose without demanding high insulin, easing pressure on the liver. In the reset, the goal is consistency over intensity. If you have heart disease, joint problems, or long-standing illness, always build exercise plans with your medical team. Simple water plays a profound role in liver health. Adequate hydration helps your blood carry nutrients and waste, supports bile flow, and can reduce the urge to snack when thirst masquerades as hunger. Christianson often recommends spreading water intake through the day, avoiding large chugs right before or after meals. Think of water as a clear river that keeps the metabolic landscape flowing. People with kidney, heart, or fluid balance issues must follow their physician's exact fluid guidance. The final week focuses on re-entry. How do you carry the benefits of a reset back into daily life without turning it into a rigid prison? Christianson describes this week as interviewing new habits for permanent positions. Some practices, like a liver-friendly breakfast or evening walks, may feel so supportive that you keep them. Others might soften. The key is to avoid the old all-or-nothing mindset and instead craft a flexible, sustainable way of living. Include your doctor in this long-term plan. No healing path is a straight line. During the reset, you may see rapid change, then plateaus, or even brief steps backward, perhaps after social events or stressful weeks. Christianson reframes these not as failure, but as feedback. The liver, like any worker, may need extra time after years of overload. Recommitting to basics, sleep, hydration, balanced plates, often restarts progress. If plateaus come with concerning symptoms such as dizziness or severe fatigue, seek prompt medical evaluation. Imagine a person much like you. Midlife, growing belly, numbers edging toward diabetes. In Christianson's accounts, one such patient approached the reset with skepticism. 2 weeks in, her scale had barely shifted, but she noticed something subtle. She could walk upstairs without gasping, and her brain fog lifted by mid-afternoon. Only later did her waistline shrink. The story reminds us, metabolic healing often shows up first in how you feel, long before how you look. For people with metabolic syndrome, lab tests can feel like harsh report cards. Yet, after a metabolism reset, some patients in Christianson's practice saw triglycerides, fasting glucose, and liver enzymes shift downward, reflecting internal repair. Not every number normalizes in 4 weeks, and that is all right. The purpose of labs is to guide and motivate, not to judge. Always interpret results with your physician, who can help adjust medications or plan further steps based on your unique situation. One reason Christianson is hopeful about metabolic syndrome is the liver's astonishing ability to regenerate. Unlike many organs, it can restore damaged tissue if the insults stop and nutrients arrive. Picture a forest after a fire. Charred trunks stand, yet tiny green shoots push through ash. The metabolism reset creates conditions for those shoots, reducing sugar, supporting bile, calming inflammation. The extent of recovery depends on severity of damage, which is why medical evaluation is essential. Beyond food, the liver manages a constant stream of chemicals from the environment: alcohol, certain medications, pollutants. Christianson likens this to an overloaded email inbox. When messages pile up, important tasks get delayed. While the metabolism reset does not promise detox miracles, it reduces unnecessary load by limiting alcohol, avoiding highly processed foods, and choosing cleaner ingredients where possible. Any changes to medication or alcohol use must be made carefully with your prescribing clinician. Metabolic syndrome is often framed as a moral failing. If you just tried harder, ate cleaner, moved more, you would be fine. Christianson counters this myth. Hormones like insulin, leptin, and ghrelin powerfully influence hunger and fullness. When the liver is dysregulated, these signals misfire, making moderation feel impossible. The metabolism reset is partly about rebalancing these hormones so eating sanely feels more natural, not about forcing yourself into constant resistance. Where you begin this journey matters. Some viewers may already have diabetes, fatty liver, or heart disease. Others hover at the edge of metabolic syndrome. Christianson emphasizes that there is no single correct starting line. For some, a full 28-day reset under medical supervision is appropriate. For others, beginning with 1 or 2 changes, like removing sugary drinks or securing 7-8 hours of sleep, may be wiser. Discussing your specific risks and medications with a physician is the safest first step. The metabolism reset is not powered by grand gestures, but by small wins stacked together. Every time you choose water over soda, extra vegetables over fries, a walk over scrolling, you send a gentle signal toward healing. Christianson encourages celebrating these tiny victories. The first night of deep sleep, a day without afternoon sugar crashes, a waistline that feels a little less tight. Over weeks, they accumulate into visible metabolic change. Changing food and routines in a household can stir resistance. Partners or children may love sugary cereals and late-night snacks. Christianson suggests framing the reset not as a punishment, but as an experiment. For 28 days, I'm trying something to help my liver and future health. You can often keep their favorites while preparing a separate, supportive version for yourself. Over time, family members may join, not from pressure, but from witnessing your renewed energy. Restaurants can feel like obstacle courses for metabolic health. Yet Christianson shares that with a few principles: prioritizing protein and vegetables, skipping sweet drinks and desserts, requesting sauces on the side. You can enjoy social meals while honoring your liver. It is not about perfection, but about choosing the best available options. If you must deviate, treat it as data, not disaster, and return to your reset pattern at the next meal. At first, you may wonder, is this real hunger or just habit? The metabolism reset helps you relearn body signals. Physical hunger usually builds gradually, is felt in the stomach, and any balanced meal sounds appealing. Cravings, by contrast, appear suddenly and fixate on specific foods, often tied to emotions. Christianson invites you to pause when urges arise, breathe, and ask, what am I actually needing? With time, this skill becomes a powerful shield against metabolic relapse. Because metabolic syndrome often comes with medications, blood pressure pills, cholesterol drugs, diabetes treatments, the metabolism reset should never be done in isolation. Christianson describes optimal healing as a partnership between you, your clinician, and your daily habits. As your liver function and insulin sensitivity shift, your needs for certain drugs might change. Only a qualified healthcare professional can safely adjust doses and monitor for side effects or complications. Christianson notes that not everyone is a candidate for an intensive metabolism reset. People who are pregnant, breastfeeding, severely underweight, or have advanced liver or kidney disease, eating disorders, or certain endocrine conditions require individualized plans, not generalized diets. For them, abrupt shifts in calories or macronutrients could be harmful. If you fall into any high-risk group or are unsure, the safest decision is to seek direct evaluation and personalized guidance from your physician. During or after the reset, you may have nights of overeating or days of sugary foods. Instead of harsh self-talk, Christianson suggests curiosity. Did I skimp on protein earlier? Did I sleep poorly? Was I lonely or stressed? Slip-ups become signals pointing toward unmet needs. This mindset protects your nervous system from shame, which itself can drive further metabolic chaos. Gently reviewing episodes, perhaps in a journal, helps you design better support for your liver tomorrow. We are trained to worship the bathroom scale, but metabolic healing yields many quieter gifts. Christianson invites patients to track victories such as fewer headaches, clearer skin, less heartburn, or waking naturally before the alarm. These signs indicate lowered inflammation and improved hormone balance. Even if your weight shifts slowly, your internal terrain may already be transforming. Celebrating these wins can sustain motivation long after the novelty of the reset fades. If you live with metabolic syndrome, you may worry about your children or siblings following a similar path. Christianson's framework can be gently adapted as prevention. Regular family meals, more home cooking, limited sugary drinks, active play, prioritized sleep. Rather than lecturing, model an environment where nourishing choices are normal. Still, children and adolescents have unique nutritional needs, so any significant diet changes should be reviewed by their pediatrician or healthcare provider. Metabolic syndrome may start as just extra belly fat or rising sugar, but its long-term concern is damage to the heart, brain, and blood vessels. Christianson emphasizes that a metabolism reset is not a vanity project. It is risk reduction for heart attacks, strokes, and cognitive decline. Each step you take to support your liver, calm insulin, and reduce inflammation is an investment in future birthdays, conversations, and memories. This deeper why can carry you through difficult days. If you follow the reset diligently yet progress stalls, Christianson suggests widening the lens. Hidden sleep apnea, thyroid issues, certain medications, or chronic infections can all slow metabolic improvement. The message is not to give up, but to investigate. A metabolism reset can uncover underlying issues that deserve medical attention. By sharing your experience and tracking data with your healthcare team, you turn frustration into a map toward deeper healing. Christianson often observes that people who share their reset journey with others, friends, support groups, online communities, are more likely to complete it. Being able to say, "Today was hard," and here, "Me too, keep going," turns a solitary struggle into a shared quest. For some with metabolic syndrome, isolation and shame have been long companions. Inviting even one trusted person into your plan can ease that burden and strengthen your commitment. As we near the end of this journey, imagine drafting your own metabolism reset blueprint. Your ideal wake time, breakfast pattern, movement schedule, stress ritual, and bedtime. Christianson's book provides structure, but your life adds the details. Write it out like a kind contract with yourself. Not rigid rules, but agreements you genuinely want to keep. Before following it strictly, have your clinician review any major dietary or lifestyle shifts, especially if you live with chronic illness. Close your eyes for a moment and picture 6 months passing. You may not be at some mythical perfect weight, but imagine labs steadier, blood pressure lower, energy more reliable. You climb stairs without fear, choose meals with clarity, and your liver quietly does its job with less struggle. Christianson's message is that a 28-day reset can be the doorway to this longer-term shift, a turning point, not a quick fix. The future is shaped by today's small choices. When this video ends, the first thought that follows matters. It might be, this is too much, or maybe I can try one thing. Christianson would likely invite you to choose the gentlest, smallest step that still feels meaningful. Perhaps scheduling a doctor's appointment, clearing sugary drinks from the house, or committing to earlier sleep tonight. The reset does not begin with the perfect meal. It begins with one compassionate decision in favor of your future self. Before you begin any metabolism reset, especially if you already have metabolic syndrome, diabetes, heart disease, or liver problems, please pause and consult your physician or qualified healthcare provider. This video is an educational companion to the ideas in Alan Christianson's book, not a personal medical prescription. Your body's story, medications, and risks are unique, and you deserve a plan that respects that uniqueness while drawing on sound metabolic science. If this story of liver healing and metabolic reset resonated with you, you do not have to walk the path alone. Subscribe to this channel for more gentle, science-based guides on reversing metabolic syndrome. Like this video and share it with someone you care about. Then take one small action today. Book a medical checkup, plan a liver-friendly breakfast, or step outside for a calming walk. Your metabolism is not fixed. With informed care, it can be reset.